All right, so Ryan Kelly will not play in the second half. J.C. Hassenauer is going to have to step up. Our Darius Stewart and Damian Harris are the deep men for Alabama, standing to our left to receive the kick. It's kicked to the near side. Bounces. Damian from the 2 to the 5. Angles to the 10. Cuts upfield. Bouncing off a man. Backpedals. Comes back to the near side. Gets to the 21-yard line and is tackled down there. So the 21, it'll be a 79-yard drive from here if Bama does score the touchdown. And 79 peaches for Kenneth Channel of Moundville, should he be the winner today in the Domino's drive for dough.
And Eli, for Alabama to win this game, they've got to convert better on third downs. 1 for 6 in the first half didn't impact the end result, 28-13 lead. But to hold off the Aggies, the way you do it is maintain possession of the football. Jake Coker and this offense have got to be more productive on third down.
From the 21, 1st and 10, Derrick Henry to the right side of his quarterback. Here's the throw near side. Catch is made. O.J. Howard. He'll fight his way to the 24-yard line. He'll say he stepped out of the 23. So it'll be a 2nd down and 7 upcoming for the Tide. Couple of catches today for O.J. Howard.
Just, again, a short throw, and that's where most of Alabama's passing work has been done today. Beneath 5, beneath 10 yards this afternoon.
Bama in their traveling white jerseys over the white pants. Aggies in the maroon tops over the white pants. Here's Ridley in motion going to the far side. Inside, Derrick Henry gets the handoff, and nobody was fooled. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Dwayne Thomas, the strong side linebacker, made the tackle. And now it's going to be a 3rd down for the Tide, 3rd and 8.
Yeah, and this is as big a down as we've seen all afternoon. As I noted, Alabama 1 for 6 on third downs. The one being the deep comeback out. Alabama's got to push the ball up the field if they want to win this game.
3 Tide players wide left. They're in tight. Derrick Henry to the left of the quarterback. O.J. Howard, the tight end, now comes in motion. Here's Coker with protection. Pumps, pulls it down, throws near side. Catch is made short of the 1st down. Short for Richard Mullaney. He made the nice grab, but Armani Watts, the free safety, came over and made sure he did not get the necessary yardage. So J.K. Scott will have to punt it away to Christian Kirk, who in the first half had a return of 68 yards on the punt. Here's Kirk backpedaling to his own 19-18, back to the 15, makes the grab. Goes far side to try and pick up blocking. Nothing is there, and he is going to be taken down by Black and others at the 30-yard line. A 57-yard punt for J.K. Scott. Nicely done.
Yeah, J.K. Scott has certainly cranked up his game here this afternoon, and that punt at the end of the first half was big, Eli, because remember, he was able to flip the field. That caused Texas A&M to end up with a longer field goal after an attempted field goal with not as much room to operate with in terms of moving the football. But Jake Coker, his initial read was downfield. It wasn't there. He had to drop it off. A&M rallies up, and now they get the football on their own 29.
Kyler Murray will stay in at quarterback. He is the backup. He goes on the handoff to Carson, who tries to turn the corner. Gets across the 30 to the 32-yard line. Geno Matias-Smith will stop him, a pickup of 3 on the play. It'll be a 2nd down and 7. Murray, a true freshman from Allen, Texas, who, as we told you earlier, made a great challenge to become the starting quarterback in the first place. Here's Etwe in motion out of the backfield. Murray stands in, looks, chased by Jonathan Allen, gets away from the big man, steps up near side and throws it out of bounds. It'll be incomplete at the midfield area. Damian Ratley was in the area, but no chance to make the grab.
Murray is shorter in stature, listed at 5'11", 188. He looks actually smaller than that when those big behemoths of an Alabama defensive line close on him. But you've got to maintain your rush lanes, make sure that you keep contain on him unless it's a designed pressure to flush him out of the pocket.
He was the Gatorade Athlete of the Year out of Texas. He was 42-0 as a starter at Allen High School, one of the Texas powerhouses. Here now, Murray under pressure. Down he goes. Another sack for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Great job that time, Ryan Anderson. Second sack. And the Aggies will punt it away. I had that as our third sack. I had Jonathan Allen with 2 and Anderson now with 1, but the official stats are going to say that one of them was not a sack, that the man made it back to the line of scrimmage. So that was our second sack of the afternoon. Here now the punt. Cyrus Jones comes right, makes the grab of the 25, 30. Cuts left 35, farther left to the 38, outside the contain. He's to the 40, cuts back inside with a nice block there, and the ball comes loose at the 48-yard line, and the Aggies have recovered. Special teams giveth, and special teams taketh away.
Yeah, and Cyrus did such a nice job on that return and trying to finish out that run. Got loose with the football. It gets knocked away from him, and Texas A&M takes over on the plus side of the 50.
So Cyrus Jones unable to hang on to the football. And now the Aggies 1st and 10 from the Alabama 47-yard line. Quarterback, they've gone back to the starter, Kyle Allen. He'll toss it far side, and then a throw off the option. It falls short and incomplete at the 38-yard line. Trey Carson was the man who got it and tossed it, but not a good throw, incomplete.
Yeah, that's a play in their repertoire, which is a halfback option pass. Trey Carson short-armed that ball, and Kyle Allen has to be wondering a little bit, okay, they'd rather have Kyler Murray and Trey Carson throwing the ball rather than me.
Yeah, Reeves to Renzel, it was not. Here now the snap on a second down play. Rolling left, loading up. Man is wide open. Bama lost the receiver at the 10-yard line. Ricky Seals-Jones fights his way inside the 5 to the 3. He was there, wide open, and I'm sure it felt like an eternity. A 50-yard throw to Ricky Seals-Jones, who had not a man near him on defense for Alabama. He's now to the 3-yard line.
Yeah, design movement for Kyle Allen out to his left, and Alabama just dropped coverage on Ricky Seals-Jones. That was actually a double move and out and up for number 9.
Trey Carson, the tailback. Man in the slot right as well. Throw from the end zone, touchdown. Ricky Seals-Jones from Kyle Allen into the end zone for a touchdown. 3 yards.
Well, an inside slant against the 6'5", 235-pound receiver is going to be tough to defend, especially if the ball is thrown at the face mask or higher. And Kyle Allen threw a strike that time to Ricky Seals-Jones for the touchdown.
It's now 28-19. We've played 4 minutes and 9 seconds of this third quarter. Extra point by Taylor Bertolette. Snap and spotter there. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So the Bromberg's Rolex scoring drive after the fumble by Cyrus Jones. 3 plays, 47 yards in 42 seconds, and Alabama's lead now is 28-20. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield Sports. Bama leads 28-20, early third quarter. It is a short kick. Damian comes up, makes the grab at the 10. Got to hang on to the ball to the 20. He cuts left and right to the 25 and is put down there. Watching the replay, the heartbreak of that deal earlier was that Cyrus Jones ran into his own man. He didn't get tackled by the other guys. He ran into one of his teammates. Yeah,
and that ball jarred loose, and Texas A&M took advantage of it. The Alabama Crimson Tide, in football time, they were up 28-6 not that long ago.
Yeah.
We're in a football game now, Eli, and this Alabama offense has got to do it without their starting center, senior Ryan Kelly. J.C. Hassenauer now in the lineup, and again, third downs, pivotal. Alabama's got to be more productive on first and second down.
Derrick Henry, who was unstoppable in the opening quarter, now, of course, is being stopped. Here's Coker. Bad snap. He gets a one hand on it. Throws near side. O.J. Howard makes the grab. Fights out to the 33-yard line. It'll be short of the first down. That was a bad snap by Hassenauer in the shotgun that Coker did a great job flagging down.
Yeah, Coker fielded that like a shortstop. He reached out and speared that ball and then was able to throw it out to O.J. Howard to pick up 9 yards.
Working out of the shotgun again with O.J. Howard in motion to the left side of the formation. A good snap this time. It's belt high. The handoff to Derrick Henry. He'll lose a yard. He'll lose back to the 32. So what have they changed from the first quarter other than some personnel for Bama?
Well, I think they've been energized, obviously, by this crowd. Dylan Mack is in the game now on the inside. He's a disruptive force. Alabama not executing.
Here now Coker looking, throwing, a BB, 40-yard line's incomplete. The Tide had it for a moment, but could not hang on to the football. Sean Washington knocked it loose. Well, Bama punting for the 7th time today. Third down conversions, Alabama now 1 of 8. Here's the punt. It's blocked. The punt is blocked. It is fielded by the Aggies, and they cover it at the 28-yard line. The punt of J.K. Scott was blocked by Texas A&M. Myles Garrett, the man who got there, I believe, to put his hands on it. He and Nick Harvey were both on the scene. One of the two men got to it. And now Alabama's defense has to really get tough.
Eli, you need all 3 phases, and through the first quarter and a play, all 3 phases were working together. Right now, if this Alabama defense is as good as they believe they are, they've got to rise to the occasion, because right now the Alabama offense is not functioning, especially on third down, and the special teams have broken down now with a block punt and a punt return for a score.
Kyle Allen, the quarterback. Play action fake to Carson. Throws near side. It is battled for. Who's got it? Incomplete. Incomplete, not caught until it gets out of bounds. Marlon Humphrey was on Damian Ratley battling for the football at the 15. It was not controlled until both men were out of bounds. 2 officials right there making the call. It'll be a 2nd down and 10.
Well, excellent play there by Marlon Humphrey, and he and Cyrus Jones have really flip-flopped from left to right. Cyrus Jones matched up with Josh Reynolds, and Marlon matched up with Damian Ratley.
Now Kyle Allen rolls right. He pumps, looks, loads up, throws deep into the end zone. Wide receiver goes down. Flags are coming. Flags are coming. Josh Reynolds, the intended receiver. I don't know if that was even a catchable football.
The ball went 5 yards out of the back of the end zone.
Reynolds at 6'4". He would have had to have been about 7'9" to have a chance at bringing that one down. They're talking it over, the officials are, with referee Matt Austin.
There's no foul for defensive pass interference. The ball was uncatchable.
Their ball was uncatchable, as you hear, and that was a good call. It was, again, as Phil said, it flew out of the back of the end zone and up high by a good 5 or 6 yards.
Yeah, and I tell you, I don't mind Kyle Allen trying to launch the ball down the middle, because Eddie Jackson had a beat on that one, too. He is really zeroed in on the quarterback for Texas A&M.
The Aggies are 5 of 12 in third down conversions. Looking at a 3rd down and 10. Football is at the Bama 29. Heading towards the end zone to our left. Kyle Allen, empty backfield, stands there by himself. 3 wides right and 2 to the left. Play clock down. Here's the snap. He looks right. He rolls right. He's being chased by Ragland, and he is taken down! Taken down by Reggie for the 3rd sack of the ball game. Way back at the 34-yard line. Kyle Allen chased down and put away by Reggie Ragland. And Allen is slow in getting up and haltingly walks to the Aggie sideline.
Yeah, what a closing burst by Reggie Ragland. He's a classic Mike linebacker. He's not supposed to be able to run like that, and he was able to chase down quarterback Kyle Allen, and that pushes this back to a 52-yard field goal attempt for Tyler Bertolet.
He's hit from 54 and 52 today. He missed from 55. a little breeze coming against him. The spat is there. The kick is going to be way short. It is going to come up about 3-4 yards short, and Alabama will sidestep that drama and sidestep a bullet with 9:06 to go in the third. We have timeout. The score, Alabama 28, the Aggies 20. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield Sports. All right, they spot the football. Bama 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line. Derrick Henry to the left side of his quarterback. 2 wides right and 1 to the left. Coker will now audible. He comes up, yells in the ear of J.C. Hassenauer, the center, replacing the injured Ryan Kelly. Play clock at 7, 6, 5, 4. The snap into the shotgun. Coker with pressure off the edge. Nobody accounted for Hall, but Coker gets away. He's going to run. He gets outside of a man, breaks a tackle, absorbs a hit, still on his feet, spins forward to the 38-yard line. A lot of punishment there for 4 yards, but he gets a nice 4-yard gainer. Jake Coker.
Well, he's 6'5", 232 pounds, and he needed every bit of it that time because he shook off a sack and then ran for 4 yards and took some additional hits near the sideline.
So a 2nd down and 6. Again, 2 wides left, 1 to the right. Derrick Henry to the left side of his quarterback, gets the handoff. Big hole. He runs over a man and gets a 1st down to the 50-yard line. Justin Evans, the man who acted as the speed bump, will get credit for the tackle simply because he was standing there.
Eli, when Texas A&M plays that shell coverage with the 2 safeties back in this nickel package, the invitation is there to run. Jake Coker's just got to make the checks, and J.C. Hassenauer has to be able to communicate that.
Here now is a throw on a slant behind Mullaney. He and Ridley were wide left. Mullaney slanted in, but the throw went behind him, incomplete. It'll be a 2nd down and 10. He had time, just not the great throw. Here's our Darius Stewart. He's in, goes wide left. Mullaney and Ridley wide right. Coker shotgun to his left. Derrick Henry, man in motion. Here's the little toss to Ridley. He can't turn the corner. He'll lose yardage. It'll be a 3rd and 11 upcoming. Armani Watts, the free safety, went with him stride for stride laterally and never allowed Ridley to turn the corner.
Yeah, see, again, when those safeties are back and they're just balanced in the back end, the lateral runs like that aren't going to work because they don't have to even react. It's the downhill vertical runs between the tackles that A&M struggles with the most.
Now Bama 1 of 8 in 3rd down conversions. Here's a 3rd and 11. The Tide from their own 29. Coker under pressure. Unloads near side Henry. He has blocking help. Cuts inside. He's to the 40. He's to the 35. He's got a 1st down for Alabama. Derrick Henry with trouble looming for Coker. He went to the safety valve.
Well,
Quite a safety valve.
That's where you use that cranked up pass rush against A&M. An H-back or running back screen to Derrick Henry does the rest with a parade of blockers in front of him. 2
wides to the left and 1 to the right from the 34 of Texas A&M. Coker steps up. He will audible. He'll yell in the ear of his center, J.C. Hassenauer. Hassenauer then asks for help. He asks Coker to repeat himself. Coker does, then gets in under his center. 5-4. Here's the handoff. Play goes nowhere. Coker's taken down. They came right over the top of the middle of the Alabama defensive front. Nobody quite knew what was going on. J.C. Hassenauer was confused, and Dalen Mack came right over the top of him.
Yeah, Mack is super quick inside, and he's an absolute load. And every tape I watched, he made at least a play or 2 just like that, those negative yardage plays, which John Chavis and the Aggies thrive upon.
J.C. Hassenauer trying his best, but he hasn't the reps of Ryan Kelly, who is out injured. Play clock at 4. Here comes a blitz. Handoff, Derrick Henry behind the nice block from Cam. Henry turns it upfield, gets down to the 30-yard line. Picks up 11, still though a 3rd and 6 upcoming behind Robinson and Mullaney's blocks. Big 3rd down play upcoming for the Tide.
Yeah, 3rd and 6 here for Alabama. This is a makeable down and distance. Jake Coker's got to believe what he sees and cut the ball loose beyond the sticks.
Bama 2 of 9 in thirds. Here's Coker rolling right under pressure. Throws near side. Catch is made. It is going to be short of a first down to our Darius Stewart, short by a couple of yards, maybe a yard and a half. So now, what does Nick Saban do?
He's
bringing in the
it.
beef, bringing in Brandon Green, bringing in Michael Neiswander, bringing in Calvin Ridley. Bama's going to go for it on fourth down. Fourth and about a yard and a half, maybe two.
Don't be surprised here for a Jake Coker bootleg. I mean, A&M's going to sell out on the inside to stop Derrick Henry.
They move Cam over to the right side of the line. Here's Coker pitching it outside. Derrick Henry, can he turn the corner? Yes, he does. 20. First down, Alabama. They brought Cam Robinson over to the right in a decoy move, figuring that's where the play was going. They pitch it out left to Derrick Henry, and Coker made it nicely done, and Henry ran for the first down.
Give Jake Coker a lot of credit there. He bobbled that snap and still had the presence of mind to flip it with both hands to Derrick Henry, who was able to get the corner. That was designed flip play to the outside, and Alabama picks it up.
From the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Bama heading to the end zone to our right. The Tide leads 28-20. 4.5 to go in the period. Handoff. Derrick Henry, he'll get down to the 12-yard line. Picks up 8 yards on the play. Pierce Baker and Brandon Green were the lead blockers that time. And Bama now going back to what worked in the first quarter. Give it to El Tractorcito.
Yeah, and keep it on the inside. That's where A&M is most vulnerable, especially when Bama spreads their formation. Of course, right now, Brandon Green in the game as a second tight end with O.J. Howard.
21 carries, 212 yards for Derrick. Make it another carry. This one goes nowhere. The play will lose a yard. It'll be second down, now third down and a couple. Bama needs the 10-yard line for the first down. Here again comes Hale Henches. Here comes Michael Neiswander. Bama substituting liberally. The Tide at 30% in third down conversions, 3 of 10.
Yeah, and this is a closer situation here. I don't know if Nick Saban would take the field goal, but again, Bama going to try to bang it out here on 3rd and 2.
Coker under center, tosses it outside to Henry. He is met at the line of scrimmage by Justin Evans and put down. Play will lose another yard. And here comes Adam Griffith to try and make it an 11-point lead. Here comes Adam Griffith to make an 11-point lead. There's an Aggie player down. It is off the far hash mark. Again, Cole Mazza snaps it, and Cooper Bateman will hold. The crowd waving their white towels wildly to try and distract everybody. Mazza's snap is on the way. It's good. The spot and the kick up and good. 33-yarder. Alabama adds to their lead. It's 31-20 here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield Sports. Kyle Allen, 14 of 28, so he's throwing a 50% clip, 182 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Handoff to Carson. He'll go spinning off a couple of men and get 5 yards out to the 30. A swirling dervish kind of move that just propels him to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, and Carson is a 5, 10, 15-yard kind of back. He's not a guy that's going to take one the distance typically, so Alabama can keep him contained relatively easily.
Empty backfield, quarterback under pressure. He's spun around and put down for another Alabama sack back at the 25. Ronnie Harrison was the man who grabbed onto him, and everybody else came along to put him down, Jaron Reed and others. Nicely done.
Yeah, Kyle Allen, a young quarterback, didn't see the pressure coming that time, and again, he's waving that ball around. Alabama was very close to punching it loose.
4 sacks on the day. Now another third down play. Here's Allen looking right, throwing ball knocked down by Ronnie Harrison across the middle. Great job on man-to-man coverage with Christian Kirk at the 33. They couldn't have had the ball for just a handful of seconds, the Aggies right there.
And I talked all week about the matchup between Christian Kirk and Minkah Fitzpatrick, but it's actually Ronnie Harrison that when Kirk is into the boundary or the short side of the field, Harrison's matched up on him. He did a wonderful job there knocking that ball away.
Cyrus Jones deep to field a Drew Kaiser punt. This one is a boomer. Cyrus, who had a fumble earlier, gets this one and is hit almost immediately and put down at the 34-yard line. A 44-yard punt and maybe one step of a return. But Bama's got an 11-point lead and the ball back. They just coming off a 6-minute drive. Do that again and you're, down towards 12 minutes remaining in the ball game.
Yeah, and Alabama takes over here at their own 34. And again, when they put their three wides on the field, A&M counters with the nickel package. That seemed to work for the Tide at the outset of the last drive. Let's see what happens here. Alabama going with, again, Brandon Green as an extra tight end with O.J. Howard. So A&M will play their base 4-3 front here.
And if you're just joining us, Kenyon Drake banged up, Ryan Kelly banged up. Neither one are available. Here's the snap from Hassenauer to Coker. Looks near side. Has a man behind the D. Over the shoulder catch. Beautifully done by the Crimson Tide to the 35. That was Calvin Ridley, who had a stride and a half on the defender, and Coker laid it in beautifully for him to catch it over the shoulder.
Well, Bama went up with that heavy grouping, the two tight ends into the boundary, and that left the wide field for Calvin Ridley to run a fade ball, and he beat Brandon Williams, the converted running back, now playing corner for the Aggies.
Ridley goes right over to Dr. Les Robinson. They're working on his fingers. Looked like he jammed a digit. Here now, Coker on the give to Derrick Henry from the 40. Play will lose a couple 3 yards. Justin Evans came wandering through traffic and made the tackle. It'll be a 2nd down and 13 now upcoming for the Tide.
Well, the Aggies major in negative yardage plays. They came in tied for 7th in the country in sacks, and they were right at the top of the charts when it came to tackles for loss. And you can see why. They're a very penetrating, active defensive front.
Here's a 2nd and 13 for the Tide from the Aggie 41. A minute to go in the third. Bama leads by 11. Handoff, Derrick Henry. He'll fight up the middle and gets to the 36-yard line. Donovan Wilson, the nickel back, was there to make contact. Now Calvin Ridley returns, replacing Cam Sims. Brandon Green leaves. Richard Malini checks in. Bama 3 of 11 in 3rd down conversions.
Well, Bama was 1 for 6 at the half. They're now 2 for 5 here, and this would be a biggie at 3rd down and 8.
From the 36, Ardarius Stewart near side. Ridley and Mullaney far side. Coker near side towards Stewart. Up he goes. Does he come down with the ball? The official right there says no. The official says no, that Brandon Williams knocked it loose before he hit the turf.
Well, Ardarius got both hands on the ball and just about came down with that one. But give Brandon Williams credit. He was victimized a moment ago by Calvin Ridley, but that time forced the incompletion. And this is going to be J.K. Scott. Nick Saban playing the percentages here from the 36 of A&M. He cannot bang this ball through the end zone. No. He's got to land it somewhere within the 10 yards from the goal line.
15 seconds remaining in the third. Christian Kirk is deep. It is a shank punt. Kirk watches it go. Bama's down there to cover it. They keep it in the field to play, and it's covered by Alabama at the 7-yard line. Good job by Alabama getting down to keep the ball out of the end zone, and then it was covered by Cole Mazza at the 8-yard line. Great job by the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, that was Anthony Averett, I believe, as the gunner on this near sideline. He ran down and was in the end zone when he threw that ball back. So an excellent job special teams-wise there. That's the play that Nick Saban wanted to see. And actually, they're going to mark this out at the 20. They're going to say he did not get it back.
Now they're going to say it got into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback.
Yeah, see, that's only a net gain of 16 yards in terms of field position, and that's not what the head coach wanted there.
And now they're going to review it. They're going to ask Rocky Good up in the replay booth to take a look and see where Anthony was. Averett from New Jersey went down, got in the air to keep the ball out of the end zone. But we'll take a look at a video here. Well, he's in the air before the goal line, it seems. He extends the ball, however, back across the goal line. has momentum.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed.
Yeah.
Touchback.
Yeah, the momentum carried the ball into the end zone. Of course, in this case, it is the ball, not the player that you're looking at.
And I think that's one of those differences between college and pro football. In college, once the ball breaks the plane, it basically is dead. In pro, you can throw it back into the field of play.
So Alabama gave it an effort. Aggies will start from their 20. This will be the final play of the third quarter. 3 seconds to go. Kyler Murray back in at quarterback. Gets the snap. He'll roll right. He has time. Loading up. Man wide open. Far side. Intercepted. No. Knocked down by Eddie. He holds on to it. Yes. Eddie Jackson and Ronnie Harrison were both there. But here comes the Tide back the other way. Eddie goes for it, and he takes a knee at the 26-yard line. What a play. What a play by the Crimson Tide as Eddie Jackson continues to be masterful here today with his second interception as Kyler Murray went for the downs on the final play of the third quarter. Alabama's got it when we come back to begin the fourth period of play. The score, the Tide 31, the Aggies 20. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield Sports.
Eli, we don't know the condition of quarterback Kyle Allen, but A&M opted to put Kyler Murray back in the game, and he thought he had some fool's gold there with Christian Kirk breaking into the clear, throws up the lollipop, and Eddie Jackson is more than happy to race over there, intercept it. Now Alabama in business and in position to stretch this lead from 11 points.
From the 28-yard line, Hassenauer with his center. He's stretched out. Coker is underneath his center. Single setback, and everybody comes over the top of Hassenauer. And he just got pancaked. Alonzo Williams, the right defensive tackle, came over the top of Hassenauer and collapsed him back onto his own quarterback. Coker couldn't even get away from under center.
Yeah, Dylan Mack is an absolute fire plug of a load, and then Alonzo Williams, who's a 3-year starter. He's a decent player himself, but Alabama goes backwards there, sets up 2nd and 13.
This is not a wrap on Hassenauer. He doesn't play much. He's a sophomore. It does show you how good Ryan Kelly is, though, doesn't it? Play clock at 5. 4 as Bama now goes with a second down play. Bad snap. It's picked up, thrown near side, catch by Ridley. He is stood up at the 25-yard line and wrestled out of bounds. It'll be a 3rd down and 7 upcoming. Armani Watts, after the out route, runs the receiver out of bounds. So a 3rd and 7 facing the Tide now with 14-10 remaining in the ball game. Alabama up by 11, 31-20.
And Bama has got to make sure they get positive yardage here so that even if they come up short, it makes it a bit more manageable field goal for kicker Adam Griffith.
3 men wide to the right side. Derrick Henry in motion, goes to the right of his quarterback. Coker holds up his left hand. Here comes a blitz up the middle. Coker escapes, rolls right, cuts it inside one man, outside of another. He's on his feet to the 25-20, 15-10, out of bounds at the 8-yard line. Jay Coker saw that one open up in front of him. He wound his way through the defenders, and a great job as he got around Nick Harvey and put him down to pick up the extra yardage.
Well, Jay Coker, that's a designed sprint pass to the right. Nothing developed that he liked. He actually turned it all the way back, broke contain, secondary contain, and runs for the first down. That's a gutty play by Jake Coker, who's not had his best performance here this afternoon.
Alonzo Williams is slow in getting up for the Aggies at the 10-yard line. We talked on the Nick Saban show Thursday night with the coach about Jake Coker's running ability, and the coach said the same thing you and I have been saying. He said once that 6'5", 232-pound frame gets going, you know, there's a lot of momentum behind that body.
Yeah, and he delivered a shot at the end on the A&M cornerback.
We've got timeout on the field now with 13:34 remaining in the ball game. Alabama knocking on the door, leading 31-20. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield Sports. All right, 1st and goal from the 8. Heading towards the end zone to our left. It says Texas A&M across the end zone in big maroon letters. The snap, the give to Derrick Henry. He loses 2 back to the 10. They shot right up the gap. A.J. Hilliard and Alonzo Williams.
A very aggressive play there with their backs against the wall. John Chavis knows that for A&M to really have a realistic chance of winning this game, they've got to force a field goal here, so he sold out his front with some movement right at the point of attack. 2
wideouts to the right, plus the tight end O.J. Howard. Ridley in motion towards the formation. Coker rolling right. Sees an opening. He's going to run. He comes to the near side 10. Behind the blocking 5, 4, 3, 2-yard line. And he rolls forward down to the 1.5. And that's where they're going to spot the football. It'll be 3rd and goal from 1.5 yards away after that run by Jacob Coker.
That is all individual effort because that ball was designed to be taken way out to the right and thrown. And as you described it, Eli, he's winding back all the way to the left. And now Alabama 3rd and 2 from the 2.
This is also using clock. It'll be nice if Bama can get it in here. Nice winder. The up back. Derrick Henry behind him. Here now the handoff. Derrick goes right. He is snowed under. He will lose a 0.5 yard to the 2.5. Justin Evans. We've called his name a lot here in the second half, the strong safety. But this is going to be nothing but an extra point.
Yeah, Nick Saban not going to monkey around with the 4th and 3 situation. He's going to take the field goal and hope that his young kicker, Adam Griffith, can knock through essentially an extra point.
That's exactly what they're doing. They're spotting it exactly where you'd spot the ball for an extra point. They are between the hash marks, so it'll be a 20-yard field goal try to make it 34-20. The snap and the spot, and the kick up and good. So a 3-pointer added on right there, and the Crimson Tide pad their lead. Alabama 34, Texas A&M 20, 11-17 to go in the ball game. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield Sports. They have replaced the ball on the tee. And there's been a good cross breeze down on the field today that's disrupted things at times. And the kick. It's a high kick. Noyle comes up. The other man comes back. It's taken by an up man to the 20, 25, out to the 30-yard line. So the Aggies get the football on the short kick. Caden Smith was the man who was there. Normally a backup tight end.
Yeah, Caden Smith plays some offensively when A&M uses a tight end, and if the ball is in his hands, Bama fans should feel pretty good because he's not going to take it a long way.
So now 30-yard line start for the Aggies. Alabama leading 34-20, 11-10 to go in the ball game. One man lined up to the left of his own quarterback. That's Carson. Quarterback looks left, throws off the mark, incomplete. Kyle Allen just could not find the intended receiver. Missed Speedy Noyle by a couple of yards to the short side. It just zipped past him out of bounds.
Yeah, they put 3 receivers to the wide part of the field and Speedy Noyle into the boundary. It's an individual cut. He runs a curl route, and Kyle Allen missed him by a mile.
Here now, the fake to Carson on the 2nd down and 10. Now the throw to Carson in the left flat, makes the grab, gets around 2 men, and it's Reggie Ragland who finally shoves him out of bounds. A pickup of 8 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 2 for Texas A&M.
Well, Alabama would love to be able to get off the field here at 3rd and 2. And again, the Aggies are going to set those 3 receivers into the short side of the field.
Aggies 5 of 14 and 3rd downs today. 3 wides left, 1 to the right. Running back play action. Holding on to it is Allen. He's going to run. First time today, and he's got a ton of running room. He's to the 50. He's to the near side 45, and he goes out of bounds onto the Alabama bench. First time today we have really seen Kyle Allen take off and run, and a pickup of 16 and a first down for Texas A&M.
Yeah, Alabama has not really honored him as a runner, and there was no defender accounting for him. He takes off, picks up the first down, and crosses midfield.
Bama by 14 with 10 minutes to go in the ball game. Speedy Noyle lines up to the left of his quarterback. They try to fake it to him, but everybody comes through, and Kyle Allen is met by Jaron Reed and a host of others. That was Sean Robinson. Everybody was in there. Nobody bought that potential fake to Speedy Noyle. It'll be a 2nd down and 12 as the play loses a couple. Off the near hash mark, 2 wides either way. Now Trey Carson in motion to the far side. They look and throw across the middle of the 40. Christian Kirk makes the grab, quickly hit by Reggie Ragland. Will put him down at the point of the reception. It'll be a third down upcoming. They'll be 3rd and 4.5. They're 6 of 15, the Aggies are, in third down conversion.
Yeah, I love to see when Tim Williams substitutes in. He's going to come off the Aggie right side, Bama's left side as a defensive end.
Kyle Allen with a single running back to his right. 2 wides either way. He'll bark the signals. Gets the snap. 2-step drop. Looks and throws near side. Caught over top of Minkah Fitzpatrick. That was Ricky Seals-Jones who makes the grab and a first down, and he comes down on the football. Ricky Seals-Jones does, and he has the wind knocked out of him. He came down right on the football at the 12-yard line of Alabama with 9:07 to go in the game.
Yeah, and Minkah Fitzpatrick had him blanketed, but you can't defend 6'5", 235 going
with
down the seam part of the field with a ball thrown up high, and Seals-Jones goes up and gets it and then lands on the football, and he's in obvious pain down on the field.
So they're going to give him a moment to get his wind back. Gives us a chance to remind you that the fourth quarter of today's game is being brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today for an amazing deal on a huge selection of new Toyota vehicles. Toyota, let's go places. We'll break away while they tend to Ricky Seals-Jones. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield Sports. Kyle Allen, the quarterback, has Trey Carson beside him. 3 wideouts. He'll throw the fade route into the end zone. It is incomplete. Minkah Fitzpatrick and Marlon Humphrey there. Marlon, the man who really disrupted it on a fade route to the back shoulder in the end zone. Speedy Noyle, the intended receiver.
Well, just well played by Marlon Humphrey. He played it exactly like you're taught to do it by Nick Saban and Mel Tucker, and he did not quit on the play. He finished it and was able to get it on the ground. 2nd and 10 from the Bama 13. Heading to the end zone to our right. The Tide is up by 2 touchdowns. Shotgun snap. Allen stands in. Everybody's covered. He's going to roll right. He looks towards the end zone and throws it out of bounds, incomplete. Christian Kirk was there. Josh Reynolds in the neighborhood, but it was incomplete, out of bounds. Jaron Reed was the man who was putting pressure along with DJ Petway and the pressure,
on the quarterback.
The pressure was the key there in terms of flushing Kyle Allen to his right. He throws it wide and outside, and now looking at a 3rd and 10 here for the Aggies.
Aggies from the 13. Think a single running back in. He'll now deploy on the right side. Everybody's covered. Quarterback to run. Quarterback going down. Going down back at the 19. The 5th sack of the day for the good guys. And Taylor Bertolet will come in to attempt a field goal, but Bama's D coming up huge. Yeah, they got it done again, and that time Tim Williams, who's a sub-package specialist. He's one of the guys that can really come off the corner for the Crimson Tide. He got it done. Kyle Allen knocked down for the sack, and now Bertolet will try to draw the Aggies back to within 11 again. It'll be a 36-yard field goal attempt off the near hash mark to the end zone to our right. Kick is on the way. It is up, and it is good. But with 7:57 to go in the ball game, Alabama allows just 3, and the Tide will get the football back when play resumes. Damian Harris and our Darius Stewart are back. Let's see if there'll be an onside kick try here. You never know. The biggest
Alabama
thing here lined up for a return.
The biggest thing here is ball security.
Yeah.
All the way, whether it's a short returner or one of the deep men.
Bertolet kicks it away. Damian Harris, 6 yards, 7 yards deep in the end zone. We'll take a seat. So Bama will start 1st and 10 from their own 25. Each team has their full complement of timeouts remaining. Should you be wondering about that? Bama has used some clock today. They've already had a 6-minute and 2-second drive in this ball game.
Well, this is where Nick Saban and Lane Kiffin want to dial up their best game of keep away.
Yeah.
Because the Aggies are down 11, a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, a field goal away from tying this game. And the only way they can do that is if Alabama has a short possession here. in reality, Alabama can run this clock down to below 5 minutes with this possession.
J.C. Hassenauer, the center, replacing the injured Ryan Kelly. Snaps it to Coker, who quickly throws far side. A flag on the play. Grab is made by Calvin Ridley, but he is put down instantly at the 20-yard line. So the play will lose 5, but again, there is a flag out at that side of the field. Don't know if maybe Ridley was lined up offside, if that was possible. Don't know. But it came right near where he was standing, and we'll hear from referee Matt Austin.
And they'll turn this down after a negative yardage play.
Illegal motion, offense number 5. Receiver went in motion from the line of scrimmage. That penalty's declined. Second down.
So it'll be a second down play upcoming.
Yeah, it's so hard to operate from behind the sticks when you've got Myles Garrett and Deshaun Hall coming off the edges at you.
Second down and 14 for the Tide from their own 21-yard line. 10 seconds on the play clock. 2 wide to the far side, 1 to the near side. Derrick Henry behind his quarterback. Handoff to Derrick. Nobody covers the man on the edge. He'll get out across the 20 to the 22, but that is it. Great penetration by Donovan Wilson, the nickelback who came in off the edge. And now it's a third down upcoming for the Crimson Tide. And again, Bama in desperate need of a big play. And here comes Kenyon Drake into the lineup now after being banged up early. Bama looking at a 3rd and 14 from their own 21. The fans ramp up the noise. Coker comes to the line of scrimmage. He will audible. He'll drop back into the shotgun with Drake to his right. Coker gets the snap. Looks, pumps, throws, catch by Kenyon Drake across the 25 to the 26. It is well shy of the first down yardage, and Alabama is going to have to punt this one away with 6.5 remaining in the ball game. Bama leading 34-23.
Yeah, A&M just played a softer zone that time, and Jake Coker made the safe choice to Kenyon Drake. Comes up short, but the good news is a completed pass, so the clock continues to run, and this will be below 6 minutes by the time A&M gets this football back.
This is the 8th punt of the day for J.K. Scott. Christian Kirk back at his own 27. The kick bounces, takes an Alabama roll to the 25, 24, and it is touched down there. So the Aggies will start as though it were even a touchback. They'll start at their own 25, 24-yard line after a 49-yard punt and roll.
Well, J.K. Scott didn't get his best foot into it, but he got an exceptional roll. And Christian Kirk was frustrated because he couldn't get over there to field it in the air, and it rolls down inside the 25. So all in all, a good exchange there in terms of the net punt. And now A&M looking at 11-point deficit, 5:50 left in this football game.
Texas A&M will start at their own 24-yard line. 3 wideouts left and 1 right. Trey Carson, the tailback, is in motion to the near side. So it's an empty backfield for Kyle Allen. Gets the snap, stands in, looks right, throws, catch made up high by Josh Reynolds. Complete for a first down to the 42 in front of Cyrus Jones. Cyrus at 5'10", Josh Reynolds at 6'4", a huge edge there for the Aggies. They quickly come back to the line of scrimmage. 5.5 remaining. The snap, play action fake, loading up, nothing there. Quarterback pulls it down, intercepted by Alabama, intercepted by the Tide again in the middle of the field. It's taken along to the near side 40, down to the 30, looking is Minka, he's got running room, he's going to go down the near sideline. Touchdown, Alabama!
There.
How about that? And Minka jumps into the arms of the cheerleaders at the back line of the end zone. Alabama doing it again. Minka Fitzpatrick, what a game he has had. He had the interception and the pick six of Kyle Allen back in the opening quarter, and he has one right here again.
Well, this Alabama secondary, the Crimson Tide defense, they've sensed blood in the water all afternoon. Every time Kyle Allen has been flushed or moved in the pocket, their eyes are riveted on him. They've gone and reacted on his arm action, and Eddie Jackson has come up with 2, and Minka Fitzpatrick has come up with 2 pick sixes himself.
Extra point, up, and good. And Alabama now takes the lead 41-23. And a 41-23 lead sends the fans to the exits.
Wells Fargo is going to have to take out a loan from themselves.
I think Wells probably has a good bit of pocket change there. Speedy Noyle fields the kickoff from the 3 to the 10. Stutter step goes laterally. High steps out of a couple of tacklers and is thrown down to the turf at the 21-yard line by Alabama. So the Aggies will be starting from there, 1st and 10. With 5:10 remaining in the ball game. Phew.
Well, 3 pick sixes with 41 points. That means the offense and special teams have accounted for 20 points.
Yep.
Texas A&M had 23. I think you could safely say this defense has won this football game for Alabama.
Yeah,
because
otherwise,
it's
the
been
Tide's losing 23-20.
Exactly.
Unreal. Unreal. Starting now at their own 21, Texas A&M's Aggies in their maroon jerseys over the white pants. Kyle Allen steps back, looks, shovel pass across the middle, taken by Trey Carson, who'll get a first down out to the 33-yard line. All look desperate, but they finally go with a shovel out to the left side, and that was a first down run for Trey Carson. Now the Aggies start from their own 33, 1st and 10. Inside 5 minutes remaining. Snap, penetration, and pressure. Jonathan Allen buried Kyle Allen. No relation, and certainly not now. My goodness, he just buried him like you can't imagine, folks. Talk about a pancake block or something.
That was a pancake sack.
That was a
and that will fracture family relations there.
Yeah. Here now is a 2nd down and 17 after a loss of 7. Handoff to Carson up the middle. He'll get to the 28-yard line. Pickup of a couple. It'll be 3rd and 15. Reuben Foster and Jonathan Allen on the tackles there.
You know, Eli, I really thought that Alabama had such a distinct advantage on that defensive front against this A&M offensive line, because there's not a Jake Matthews, there's not a Luke Jokel, there's not a Cedric Ogbuehi up front, and Alabama has victimized this front all day long.
All those gentlemen that Phil just mentioned lost in the NFL draft, 1 each in the last 3 years. Rolling right and throwing up the near side. Ricky Seals-Jones complete, but well shy of the first down. They gave him the 37-yard line, and it's going to bring up 4th down, and the Aggies will punt.
I think they're going for it.
They're going to go? No, they're going to go. Might as well. Heck,
yeah.
You're down 41-23 late in the game. They're going to go for it, even though it'll be a 4th down and 6, maybe 7. Boone Niederhofer checks in as the extra wide receiver. 3 left and 2 to the right. Kyle Allen drops back, loads up, throws a high riser, incomplete. Alabama had it all covered. They were looking for Niederhofer at the 45-yard line. So Bama will take over on downs.
Eli, you can breathe.
Yes.
You were underwater a little while ago, but you can breathe now.
Yeah.
You got that new microphone, and
the new mic
Alabama's rolling.
Everybody's doing great. Everybody's doing great.
I tell you what a sterling performance by this defensive backfield. And Eli, let's face it, the conversation all summer was Alabama can't play the spread. They can't defend the deep balls.
Well,
they can't play defense when it's out wide open.
Nick Saban has recruited different players in these last few years, too.
Well, they've got some ball hawks in that back end right now, and Eddie Jackson and Minka Fitzpatrick. What a terrific true freshman the young man out of New Jersey is.
Here's Derrick Henry getting the handoff from the 38-yard line. He'll pick up 3, maybe 2. They'll just give him the 35-yard line. It'll be a 2nd down and 8, but who cares? The clock's running and the good guys are up.
Yeah, this is one of those performances. I'm not sure Coach Nick Saban will be able to describe what he saw on offense and special teams, but he's going to be mighty proud of this defense that really rose to the challenge here against a prolific Texas A&M offense, and they've gotten the job done. 4 interceptions and 4 several field goals down the red zone. They've just played extremely well today.
Here now on a 2nd and 8, they move Cam over to the right side of the line with the lead block of Nicewinder. The handoff goes to Derrick Henry. He's across the 35 to the 34-yard line. 2:40 remaining in the ball game. We will talk to the coach on the Regions Bank fifth quarter show. There's an injured player for the Aggies now, and the training staff comes out to check on him.
It's Deshaun Hall, the end opposite of Myles Garrett.
Yeah, the defensive end on the other side, the junior out of Seattle, Washington. So we'll talk to the coach and to the players on the Regions Bank fifth quarter show. And, of course, after that's said and done, we'll take you down to the Carib Resort in Orange Beach, Alabama. Tyler Watts, Todd Robbins standing by there. They will have the post-game party. Your phone calls will be welcome, so feel free to give them a listen. Now, no rest. Next week, Tennessee comes in, a game Bama would be certainly favored in at home, and probably the better ball club, but in this league, you just never know.
And, of course, the Volunteers will be coming off of a bye week. I'm sure they've watched this game, and Joshua Dobbs, their dual-threat quarterback, has seen a bevy of activity in that defensive backfield for Alabama. I just can't say enough about the job that Mel Tucker has done, the defensive backfield coach. Came in, he's a Nick Saban disciple, and you can see the belief in these defensive backs when they're playing those back shoulder fades and those fade shots down in the end zone. I mean, the play that Marlon Humphrey made a little while ago, just outstanding technique, and that's exactly the way you're supposed to do it. And this is a complete defense. They can stop the run, they can rush the passer, and now they can play the ball in the air.
Deshaun Hall walking off the field now, slowly but under his own power. That's good to see. Bama coming back to the line of scrimmage. The clock is on the move. They wind the clock when the injured player gets to the sideline. 2:21 remaining. 30 seconds remaining on the play clock, and Bama is going to bleed it for all it's worth. 41-23 for the good guys. And Bama's in no rush to score any more points. There's no need. Derrick Henry, by the way, 30 carries, 212 yards. Here's a 3rd and 6 on the 23. Coker in this pistol formation. Hands off to Derrick. He'll go right, cuts inside the D, cuts outside another man. He's to the 20. He's got a first down on the 16-yard line. So, not heaping it on, just running a off-tackle play to your stud running back. 17 yards on the pickup, and now inside of 2 minutes remaining in the ball game.
Yeah, and I think even if Alabama had come up short there, I think Nick Saban would have kept it on the ground, gone for it on 4th down, and run the ball. And now we're down to 1:30 and counting, and Alabama is right back in the mix in this SEC West race now that they've cleared this hurdle here in College Station.
A big hurdle. Tennessee is up next, and an off week before LSU comes calling to Tuscaloosa. Here now the handoff, Derrick Henry again. He goes right. He's to the 15, carries 2 men to the 10 to the 9-yard line. Nice blocking by Dominic Jackson and Brandon Green as we're down to 1:06 remaining in the ball game.
Yeah, you get the sense that this A&M defense, they have seen their share of Derrick Henry today. Over 30 carries for the workhorse out of Yulee, Florida.
32 carries, 236 yards right now. And again, Alabama just letting the clock run. Here comes Coker off the sidelines. 38 seconds to go in the game. This will be the final one. And Bama's just going to take a knee. They'll take a knee at the 9-yard line. No need to run it up or add to it. And Bama comes in and takes the victory. 4 picks, 6 sacks, big-time defense in the heart of Texas. The final score, Alabama 41, Texas A&M 23. Back with the Regions Bank fifth quarter show right after these messages. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield Sports.